What's up, party troopers? Welcome back to The Good, The Bad and The Stupid. It's Friday the 29th of November. It's time to party. It's Friday, it's the weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't drink your commiserations away when you've blown all your money today on Black Friday. Hopefully you haven't. Hopefully you're not sitting at home right now surrounded by loads of Kevin the Carrots, because that was the number one Black Friday punch up. That was last year as well, wasn't it? I'm sure it was big cuddly toys of Kevin the Carrot, whoever that guy is. It's a cuddly carrot basically, but apparently there's 20,000 of them in a shop, and everyone was steaming in and fucking fighting over them, you know what I mean? It's like can you imagine? It's like remembering that, want to tell the kids, you know what I mean, you got a broken nose and that, and trying to explain, it's because I was fighting over a Kevin. Remember that Kevin the Carrot I got you when you were 7? Yeah, well, I got a broken nose over that because I had to fucking fight 3 other people. I had to be like karate ready to sort of for you to have that. So, you know, think yourself lucky or thank me. It's not quite the survival story of the fucking lifetime, is it? You know what I mean? So anyway, avoid that. Use your money. Go out and enjoy it. The money's in the experience, not in the fucking cuddly carrots that's going to end up in the bin or in the bedroom, or under the bed, should I say, and on eBay next week for somebody else to have it half the price. But worse than that was Boris Johnson had a bad day. He's had a worse day than you. He's had a bad day. Grilling. He's been first of all yesterday, wasn't it, on the climate panel where all the leaders came to the Channel 4's climate discussion and whatever, and because he wouldn't turn up, him and Nigel Farage didn't turn up. They left 2 melting ice sculptures on the podium where they were meant to be. So they empty chaired. They left the chairs empty because he sent Michael Gove, you know, weasel face, I set trends, dem man copy when he tried to copy. That's him trying to copy Stormzy's rapping lines, and I did it shitter than him probably. But yeah, but he turned up at the studios with Boris's dad. Who the fuck? Imagine if Jeremy Corbyn had sent his dad along to fill his seat on a climate emergency panel meeting. The fucking papers would have an absolute field day, you know what I mean? They would never ever, he would never live it down. He would never ever fucking be given another chance at all, even by his own party. So, but Boris Johnson sent his dad along to fill in for him, or Michael Gove as well at the same time, one of the two. Anyway, they weren't allowed on because they're not the leader, and they were told to do one. And now Boris and co are trying to or threatening to pull the licence from Channel 4, which is basically dictatorship in its fucking infancy, or literally infants trying to do dictatorship, because they ain't too clever about the fucking way they go about things, that's for sure. Also, Piers Morgan blasted Matt Hancock of being a gutless little wastrel. There you go. So after he waited until the GMB TV host had a day off before appearing on the show regarding the 50,000 nurses that are not 50,000, that's 31,000. He tried to still explain. I love the way that they're trying to explain. It was on Question Time last night, wasn't it? And the other guy was trying to explain the 50,000. It was like the one audience member told him that he's trying to rewrite fucking maths. And even his daughter, he asked the same question to his daughter, and his daughter got it right. He was 8. And this Tory kept coming back, Conservative politician kept coming back, trying to explain how there's 50,000 more nurses when there's actually 31,000 and 19,000 just staying on. It's crazy, you know. You gotta fucking be. You must think everybody's thick to come out with to try and pass that one past fucking, you know, to continually keep, and not just one of you, but 5 of you all fucking spinning the same yarn. And also Boris Johnson was on LBC Radio, which is a televised podcast. But but he thought it was just a podcast, not televised. He must have done, because he was like, when the guy got onto social care, talking, Nick Ferrari or whatever his name is, started talking about social care bill. Boris Johnson was trying to get him to. He was going, cut this. Don't ask me these kind of questions. Like running his finger across his throat. But it was live, wasn't it? It was like put out on air, so everyone fucking saw it. It's been broadcast, so. Still, you know, and people still think he's the bollocks. You know what I mean? I don't see it myself, but still, you know, more goofs and gaffs to come over the next couple of weeks. I mean, he's trying to explain that one away. He's got a good way of trying to explain things away by not actually answering the right question, doing the political, not give an answer. Typical politician, don't give an answer, but give a long-winded 5-minute gabble, but not actually provide the answer. Anyway, so we've got Kevin the Carrot and Boris the Johnson are the two fall guys of the Black Friday. So get out and drink. Don't be like Boris. Don't be like Kevin. Get out and have a good time. Gwyneth Paltrow is flogging a £129 cannabis joint roller. Smoking Gizmo has proved so popular it's sold out on her Goop website. I tell you what, some of us can't make a fucking brass farthing. You know what I mean? Trying to sell stuff is a lot hard, isn't it? You know, it's not easy trying to get rid of stuff. And she can sell something that you can buy for £5 in a head shop for £129, and they're fucking selling out. People go to that site with more, you know, they're not even having to fight. They might even be fighting each other over on that, or rich people fighting each other over love eggs and gold and fucking. What else does she sell? All sex products and stuff, isn't it? But or vaginal steaming products and that. Imagine two people fighting over that. A vaginal steamer. It's the last one. Two sort of posh ladies, should I say. I don't think you're going to find them in the head shop or in the cheap in Poundland. People fighting over a vaginal steamer. I think they would just call that a kettle in Poundland, or in the lower leagues shops. So yeah, she does really well. I mean, she don't even need the money. That's the thing. When you don't need money, money just comes to you. Still, you've already got all the money in the world, but still, money just is magnetised to you. It just comes your way. I've got to get there. Got to up my game. Here's somebody who don't need to up their game because it's already happened. A bingo winner. A mum has scooped £1 million in twin bingo wins. She's won 597,000 and 552,000 in 10 days later. So she won 597,000. Wasn't even just carried on playing bingo after that. You probably think that's it. I've done it. That's my time, isn't it? I've made it. But she carried on and won another 552,000. So if I'm talking about upping my game, but what I mean is I'm going to start playing bingo. I'm going to start getting on these fucking bingo sites. What one was she on? Mecca Bingo. Opening online account at Mecca Bingo. So now it's one of them. They've already paid out now. So do they just pay out once just to get everybody like me, suckers, to come in, join, start an account, but nobody else ever wins anything? It's like the fruit machines. Remember, they give you the tickle, they give you the fucking win, and everyone's like, oh, fucking hell, nice one, start chucking money at it. Nobody else wins. It's like a hook, you know what I mean, like the fishing hook. Nevertheless, I'm joining Mecca Bingo. You're not going to see me this time in a few podcast videos. A few podcast videos time. I'm sitting here with a sombrero hat on, pissed out my brains, going, I'm sorry guys, this is the end for me and for you. I'm off around the world via Mexico. I've got the hat to prove it. I'm going to what we're talking about. TV. Danny Baker admitted to having been turned on by dressing up as a football referee. Did he? He says when he officiated a couple of celebrity matches, he found there was something sexual about it, some sexual charge. Fucking hell! What? Looking at other referees or just dressing up as them? Well, just dressing up as it by the looks of it. So he's getting his kicks probably like in front of a mirror somewhere now, dressed all in black, turning himself on. So and then they've come out here with a few other things that that people would be surprised that people get tickled by. Here's one. It turns out that a study also found that men get turned on by the smell of a roast dinner. Men don't get turned on by the smell of it. Well, some might do. Pissed up blokes who are on the way back from a Sunday afternoon piss up. Who gets turned on by the smell of a fucking roast dinner? That's just like, oh, that's like the old school bloke sat in front of the TV. Boy, his wife's doing the cooking, isn't it? Oh, that's not really modern days. I also get smelled by the smell of lipstick and baby oil. Well, maybe that. The smell of the smell of a pumpkin boosted blood flow to a bloke's privates. I've never known that. I've never really smelled a pumpkin, but I'm not going to. Well, I might try it, see if that one's true. But I don't think smelling a pumpkin is not going to give you a hard on, is it? Basically, let's say it. Let's say it how it is. Otherwise, Halloween's going to be more than just Halloween, is it? Isn't it? It's going to be, you know, fucking Halloween. Everybody's on heat-a-ween. Dad bods, think you got the washboard abs? Think that's the one. I think everybody's like, what's it called? Washboard abs attract the ladies, but apparently women like the dad bods. So everybody's happy. The dad bods. I'm not a dad, but the more rotund man are what women are going for. That's got to be bollocks. Which fucking women are you asking? That's not true. That's just women who probably just say they like somebody cuddly, but really that's because they've got a fella that's cuddly and they can't say anything otherwise. They can't go, I'm really into abs, six packs and all that kind of stuff when the bloke's sitting there fat as fuck. You know what I mean? So just think about that, guys. When somebody's saying that they like the washboard stomach, they're bullshitting you. They're doing you a favour. They're being nice, but at the same time, knees up. A survey has found that 79% of men said that their privates were not the most sensitive part of their body, with many rating other areas as their sexual secret erogenous zones. Really? Some people talking about they're talking about the male G-spot here because they're not mentioning it. They're talking about backs of the knees and on the chin. Come on, what fucking blokes are you talking to? Who's talking about like, oh, my most sexual part of my body is the back of my knees or under my chin? No. It's either gay guys or whoever are talking about the, what's it called, where the male G-spot's meant to be or whatever that is. Or, fuck knows what. But I can't see that being true. I mean, who's tickling somebody's back of their knees? Oh, come on. Anyway, I'm moving off this subject. I'm digging myself a hole here. I might start bloody say something I don't want about my own knees. Nearly 1 in 3 men dreamt about seeing their partner have sex with someone else, says a survey by British Condoms. While cross-dressing the top 10 fetish. Where do these surveys all appear? People are filling out surveys left, right and centre for all these studies and that. I've never ever seen one. British Condoms survey has been, apparently people have been signing up for. Well, be careful what you wish for when you're saying you'd like to see your missus sleeping with somebody else, because the day it comes true is the day that you fucking crying your eyes out and wish that it never happened. And there's no going back then. So, yeah, you got to... well, they're talking about doing the cuckoo thing. What's the thing? Cuckoo. Where you're in the same room as them or something or other, and like, watching it that way. People are mad, aren't they? I mean, that's tame in these day and age. There's plenty more fucking worse than that going on, I'm sure. Fetishes, that is. Have we talked about that before? About the guy who was like, who liked the pain and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's not go there. Grange Hill. Here's pain. Grange Hill star Lee Zamo McDonald got creeped out when he met superfan Judge Rinder. Judge Rinder's a fucking pain in the backside, isn't he? he's like, oh, he's over the top, isn't he? He's like very kind of diva. He's like a diva, big time. But he apparently he's a #1 Zamo fan. Is he through Michael McIntyre? I don't know. But he went and met him anyway. But he was telling him all the things that he knows about him and freaked Zamo out. Remember Zamo? Just saying no, just saying no. You'd have to be of a certain age. But he was from Grange Hill and he was a drug addict at school. And he they brought out a song, didn't they? Just Say No. Long time ago. He's 51. He don't look much fucking different, to be fair. He's 51 years old. Jesus Christ. Is Grange Hill still going? I think I read something that they might be bringing it back. It was who was it? Zamo, Roly Poly, Roland, the other girl, can't think of her name, who used to fancy Roland and who used to fucking get embarrassed and run off. Let's going back to sex again now. A dwarf agency has issued a warning against sickos who kept demanding sex with little people. They received 5 AM calls from randy losers requesting midget services. They've got to be taking the piss. What are you doing answering calls at 5 in the morning, for fuck's sake, then? If that's the case, just turn your phone off if you're an agency. That's all you're going to get at that time, isn't it? They do not provide escorts. Do not ask us for sexual services of any description, as you are barking up the wrong tree. We cannot provide little people with an hour's notice. I have many talents, but I'm not a magician. We provide midgets, and we do not tolerate the use of the word via message or phone call. We provide dwarfs or little people. Sorry, we do not provide midgets. Well, you know, they're missing a trick there then, because you're getting fucking tons of calls. You might be going, well, we're not getting any calls to hire out any dwarfs at the moment, but we're getting calls all night long for people wanting to have sex with dwarfs or midgets, or what, as they're saying. So, you know, you might want to rethink that business plan. You know, some people might be up for it. We all, it's money, isn't it? Who knows what the dwarfs are up for? The fucking there was up for being taken out by stag doos the other week. They were like going out on stag doos and being thrown around by the stag doos and that. Dwarf throwing. That's what they were into, wasn't it? Or the stag doos like to take the dwarf around with them so everybody else can take the piss and sort of like as in like a little mascot type thing. Crazy, because they go and they hire it and they do it for the money. So Hungary has pulled out of Eurovision because it's too gay. A TV commentator has claimed the song contest was a homosexual flotilla. Fuck you now. It's always been that way. It's always been camp anyway, isn't it? It's been like, not even been really homosexual. It's just been camp as, I mean, a lot of gay guys love the campness of it. That's the fucking, you know, the all that charade, all the glamour and the glitter and the shit songs and everything like that. It's like right up the street of a lot of the gay fraternity, all the sort of you know, disco and all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, and it's always been tongue in cheek and everything, hasn't it? But this guy's saying he wants to pull Hungary out of it because it's too gay. That's like, how backward are you? You know, you fucking Hungary. I've been to Hungary a few weeks ago. I went to Budapest and that. I thought it was fucking way ahead of what I imagined. I mean, you know, with the street food and all the kind of the bars and all that kind of stuff, and all the ruin bars and whatever else. They had a real sort of cool, vibrant scene going on, and that's just like a backward step. I can't imagine that the people who are doing all that sort of stuff, the forward thinkers, you're not speaking on behalf of all them. You're just speaking on behalf of yourself there. I can't. I'm trying to read it now, but I haven't got time. So you get the idea. The guy's obviously fucking, you know, doing his own thing really and speaking for people. But there'll be a protest over that, I imagine. I hope, or he definitely have a backlash, and he should do. And he's starting here. Don't be an idiot. What's his name? Peter Tatchell. The Eurovision Song Contest has been going for years. I don't watch it. I think it's shit. But still, I wouldn't pull my country from it. I would, you know, it's still fucking, you know, it's an event, isn't it? Loads of people love it. It's quite funny in the sense, you know, the nil pois and all that kind of stuff, and it's very kind of political in the way as well. That they all vote for each other, and you know, the best one doesn't always lose. But I think he's getting a sweat on because of that one a few years ago. The lady with the beard. What was that one? It was a transgender, wasn't it? When she had a beard. She was like a beautiful woman with a beard. Remember? Totally like sensual trip. That was because fucking nobody could get their head around what was going on, could they? But I think they went even onto she went on to bigger and better things. But that's been done now. You have to move on to something else. Fucking I've already also had that. It was that grunge Swedish band. Was it Swedish? The ones who had the monster faces and everything. You know, if they were gay, then fuck me, that would be some bust up if you got involved with them. That band, fucking hell, be a right old party. There'd be some sexual, what's it called, sparks flying during that encounter. Anyway, what we're going on about, Wayne? John Lennon's glasses are going up for sale. £8,000 they're expected to fetch. That's an investment. You know, his round specs, his iconic round spectacles, they're going on sale at Sotheby's. £8,000's not a lot for someone from John Lennon. They should go for a lot more than that. If you got the money, buy them. Mark my words, they're going to be worth fucking. They're only going to go up in value. You know, it's like that's iconic, isn't it? I mean, I remember George Harrison's jacket once sold for £150,000 for George Harrison's jacket. So might well fucking fly. They might go a lot higher. But if you got the money, that's a good investment. Right, going to finish up on a couple more things, I think. Women from Liverpool take the longest time to get ready for a night out. They spend in total more than 12 hours shopping for the perfect outfit and getting dolled up, said a poll by Lyft. 12 hours shopping for the perfect outfit. And then, how much... It doesn't say, oh, and then they've got to go and get ready after that. Fuck you now. The blokes are like, head in their hands, just going like, how long? How much longer? How much longer? And even though they buy the perfect outfit, and then they try on about 10 other outfits just to make sure that that outfit is eventually the best one for the night. I know, I'm the same. I'm like a male, female, you know. I could be on the Eurovision Song Contest. You know, you try everything on, you try loads of things on, and then you go back to the original one. But you had to try everything else on just to make sure. And then you think, yeah, I think the original one was the one that I want to wear. And you go, oh shit, that's 2 hours killed. All wasted. It's not wasted, you're having a good time. Where are we going? Right, I'm going to finish up on... No, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to finish up on this one more. Two more things. I'm going to try and find another one. Idris Elba has said that he prefers to sit in the dark and do nothing rather than reach for his phone. The Luther actor admitted taking the drastic action as he tries to wean himself off his social media habit. He just sits in the dark and try not to do anything, clear his mind, rather than reach for the phone. That's true, really. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Because social media it's addictive, and it's like... well, it's just boredom, isn't it? You just kind of like fucking keep reaching. It fills that sort of void. So sitting in the dark, it's hard to do that because you're kind of drawn straight away to your phone then to pick it up and see what. It's crazy every time if you put something on Facebook. It's crazy how many people will respond to it within 5 or 10 minutes of you putting it on. That's how. Usually the same people as well. They're almost there pretty much. If they're not there at that moment, within 10 or 20 minutes, they will be there, and they would have seen your message and done and replied or something or other like that. If you did the same thing the next day, same would happen. So everyone's never that far from Facebook. It's crazy. So yeah, but I'm actually fucking digging myself a bigger hole with social media because doing these podcasts and videos and whatever else means I'm forever on it. Not getting anywhere with it, but I'm still on it. all the time. Right, let's finish up on one more thing then, and then I'll let you go. You can take the rest of the weekend off. A Man United fan gave the club's stunned chief executive a wet willy. Do you know what a wet willy is? Basically, he licked his finger and stuck it in his ear. How's he managed to do that? Mr. Woodward, who earns $4 million a year, why does that make any difference? Oh, he's Mr. fucking Important, is he? Oh, right, it's a twatty thing to do to anybody, but you don't have to. That's like, oh, and the scummy supporter that's trying to fucking split the boundaries there of who's involved here. You know, so what, he's on $4 million a year, but he didn't take very kindly to having a wet finger shoved in his ear anyway. But it was over something to do with the fans being angry about something or other. And a video of the incident has been posted on Twitter, so you can see it's been viewed 56,000 times and liked almost 2,000 times. So, and someone said Ed goes to games and has to put up with some guy doing this when he's minding his own business. Well, that's what you get when you earn £4 million a year. That guy probably knows that and thinks, hang on a minute, I'm going to fucking bring you down a peg or two. Or a wet finger in your ear or two. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week on Monday. See you later. Bye.